fire, 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 fire.
I'm so ready. Unpack it for me, Mr. Actman. I'm ready.
All of this falling apart like this is on you. Wow.
What the hell is this company? I've never heard of them before. ASSpyre? ASSpyre?
We had a good thing, you stupid son of a bitch. We had
another command post for the Republic.
We had everything we needed. It all ran like clockwork. It was perfect. But no, you just had to blow it up. You and your pride and your ego. You just had to be the man. If you'd done your job, known your place, we'd all be fine right now.
What's up, everybody?
True.
This is ACT7567 here, and today, the Battlefront collection is a catastrophe. How bad is it, Actman? It's so bad. Modders are posting bug fixes to Reddit with the actual lines of missing code.
You know it's bad when nerds are fixing the game for you. I'm not even saying modding the game for you. I'm saying a fix. Like an actual line of missing code that someone did not see from the game development company. That is pathetic. Pathetic.
Hire this guy, ASSpyre. Hire this guy. What I remember about the release of the Battlefront collection is how broken it was.
Oh my
god. Also, I'm sorry in advance for this right here.
What do I look like, a fucking botanist?
I'm in the middle of recording a Gears of War review, so please just deal with it for this video and that video. The Battlefront collection gives the GTA Trilogy remaster a run for its money in terms of sheer awfulness and disrespect to the source material. Battlefront 1 and 2 were like childhood defining games for a lot of people. You see all these videos on YouTube from people who played these games back in the day. It's like one of the great equalizers for millennials and people of my generation. There's a lot of reverence, nostalgia, love, and appreciation for them. And like most people, I was excited at the prospect of being able to watch those wrist rockets, take out that super, and have that happen just like the simulations. Steam already has a version of these two games, but they're more or less ports. And I thought, given the phrase Battlefront collection, this would be sort of a remaster, retouching. I thought it was cool they were going to put some maps from BF1 into BF2 and let you play heroes versus villains on any of the other maps, not just Mos Eisley. The graphics were going to be polished up a bit. I mean, how hard could it be?
Extremely difficult, apparently. They didn't even use the AI correctly to upscale. Hell yeah! Hell
Enter
yeah!
password for what? Why is it asking me for a password? I don't fucking know. Can I play the game? You know, I thought this would be a great opportunity for ASSpyre, the developers behind this remake, to be able to revive these old games, if for a time, and let people relive the nostalgia with their...
It might have actually helped to revive the original games instead. Honestly, I think it might have helped.
Buddies, in a way that was authentic.
I completely forgot about this game.
There's been a change of plans. Instead of Battlefront fans being treated to a bit of fan service, this collection is a shameless money-grubbing exploit of said fan base. This is nothing more than a cold-blooded attempt to exploit people's nostalgia, which is the most disrespectful thing you could do with a game like this. Pandemic must have been built on an Indian burial ground when they developed these games, because the Battlefront series is cursed, and it continues to be. The third game was canceled twice. The 2015 version had 10% of the content people expected. Battlefront 2 EA edition had the infamous loot box fiasco.
God, and this actually ignited the loot box thing that EU ended up banning. I remember this very distinctly too. Yeah.
And when the game was really hitting its stride, they cut support to focus on Shitfield 2042. And now this. Why is it so hard? Honestly, why is Battlefront such an impossible concept to get right? It's a fucking match made in heaven. This is the premier Star Wars first-person shooter
God, looks like
series,
fun.
and we're at a point where they can't even re-release a 20-year-old game without breaking it.
I was so impressed when Blizzard didn't absolutely destroy Diablo 2. I was very skeptical, but I'm so glad they didn't end up like destroying the game. Like that would have probably broke me. I would have probably stopped playing video games if they just like in video games period if they destroyed Diablo 2. But they didn't. They did a good job on it. Warcraft 3 Reforged. Yeah, absolutely. That's why I was scared that they would do the same thing to Diablo.
No, I hit. I'm trying. I'm trying. I can't.
Oh my god, he's lagging.
Oh no, I got force lagged.
What the hell? Ah!
Now, just
This
to be
giving
clear,
me
I'm talking about the Steam version
a
of this
seizure
game. So
headache.
maybe your experience on other platforms has been different, but this has been my experience. For starters, the collection is a whopping 62 gigabyte install.
Oh my goodness!
The original 2 games total
How many gigabytes is Baldur's Gate? I think that was like 90. Imagine Baldur's Gate 3 with hundreds of thousands of voice lines, amazing graphics, amazing maps. Yeah, I think it was like 90 or 100 and this one is 68.
Take my money to buy literally anything but this.
Yeah, I will not. No, I'm good. I'm chilling.
just 12 gigabytes on Steam. Obvious question, where the hell did the other 50 gigabytes come from? Why don't you force compress this shit so it doesn't take a meaty chomp out of my
It's probably a Trojan or a Bitcoin miner. You just don't know about it.
hard drive?
Is it possible to learn this power?
Not from ASSpyre. Oh, I know where the extra gigabytes came from. The distorted Lego graphics on Hoth. Just like the shitulations. Secondly, the collection is $35, which is more than all 4 Battlefront games combined. It's a somewhat reasonable price, I suppose, if it was up to snuff, but you didn't do anything to make it worth it.
No.
Certainly didn't help that the team at ASSpyre also used footage from a Battlefront 2 mod in their promotional trailer. They just took some—
That's actually deceptive marketing. They can sue for that. Yeah, you can sue for that.
guy's work that they didn't know or talk to or credit and just put that in their trail. What? There's a mod that converts Ventress to PC. She was a DLC character for the Xbox and PS2 versions. And the guy who made it noticed some subtle details in the lightsaber hilt and realized his work had been taken without credit. This is what when capturing placeholder footage for our announcement last fall, we mistakenly included content that is not in the product. And that mistake made it into the final cut. Nobody noticed placeholder footage for the trailer you showed during a Nintendo Direct? How? What are you, some kind of goddamn moron? It's a 50-second video. Nobody bothered to put a marker in the editing software and say, hey, swap this out. It's fucking easy.
Why would they do it? They didn't care about the game. Why would they care about the trailer in the first place?
I look like a guy who's not lazy.
I mean, this isn't a huge deal, but this kind of screw up illustrates how little effort and consideration was put into the project. I might as well mention that the other DLC character, Kit Fisto, who I was excited to try out, is totally broken, or maybe he's just mastered the force rubber band technique. Look at this garbage. He just glitches all over the place. For reference, this is what the move is supposed to look like. I don't even know if ASSpyre knew what game they were even working on. They launched this with 3 dedicated servers.
3.
For a grand total population count of 192. This isn't like Helldivers, where the game exploded in popularity and the developers didn't anticipate over 400,000 people logging in at once. ASSpyre didn't even anticipate 200.
You want to explain yourself? What are you doing? Making a mistake. Making a
Chris Hansen footage. Oh my god.
mistake. What is going on in your mind?
Hero Assault was bugged for the light side, which couldn't respawn, meaning that if you got into a match, it was just broken. Sometimes you get into a lobby that never
Wow,
loads.
that's
Great.
so cool.
Fantastic. Occasionally when I hop into the dedicated servers, I'm greeted with the message, contacting host. What do you mean contacting host? It's you. This is the dedicated server. If you were unlucky enough to get into a match, the disappointment
so
only
sad.
got worse. Matches with 64 players had 100 tickets, meaning each player gets 1 to 2 deaths and the game is over. Matches literally lasted 2 minutes. Those 2 minutes were an unplayable lag fest of shitty hit registration.
Look at the car!
net-
Did you see the car? I know that's not what it is, but it
were
looks
an
like a fucking car.
unplayable lag fest of shitty hit registration, netcode, rubber banding, teleportation, lag.
Oh my
It
god, that is so
I mean,
funny
just
to
look
look
at it. Hit registration is unacceptable. Half of my shots
just saw
will
the
hit,
donkey
but
video.
do no damage. The other half will hit, but it takes 2 full seconds to register. A lot of times there'd just be 5 guys in a room at point blank range, just unable to kill each other. As the old saying goes, watch those wrist rockets, because if they hit you directly, it's an instant kill. Not in the Battlefront collection. You can just shrug them off without taking damage or even being staggered. Yeah, hugged off a direct rock. You can't even watch those wrist rockets. You can't even watch the wrist. This is nothing like the simulations. The control is mutilated, dismembered. It is destroyed beyond any comprehension. You know aim assist? Well, the Battlefront collection introduces a brand new feature I like to call aim resist, because your reticle resists enemy players. It just magically avoids the guys you're trying to shoot. Like it's
Oh my god, who programmed this? I think apes could program this better.
magnetically opposed.
Anti-aimbot.
I have played a lot of Battlefront 2, and I know exactly how it's supposed to feel like. Even on the original Xbox, which is still clunky, choppy, and aiming's a little slow. But your aim never did this shit. It never did a fucking figure 8. This and the bad hit registration and lag makes the game not worth playing at all. Tried playing as a Droideka, can't roll into a ball. Don't know why. Guess I'll just die? I've heard that ASSpyre released the wrong version of the game and then quickly swapped it out, which explains.
Could you do better in 30 minutes, Alana? Yeah, probably.
What is an Italian skinwalker's favorite food? A copy pasta. / I'll see myself out.
Can I ban you from chat permanently? I think yes, if it's my fucking job to make a fucking port of a program into a remaster, yeah, I think I could fucking do it better than this fucking... Oh my god, this company is this a money laundering scheme? No, genuinely. It must be a money laundering scheme or something.
Why some of these issues are fixed or slightly better and the game is more stable. But like, how does that happen? A lot of these issues were fixed or improved, but it is still important to take note of them because it shouldn't have been this way at all. It shows you how rushed the game. This is just pure negligence, a complete disregard for any standard of quality. Let's talk about the graphics. Now, you can't see it in the footage on screen.
Oh my
while
god.
playing, I was getting some of the most god-awful screen tearing. Oh, that's all right. I'll just turn on VSync and...
It's weird because ASSpyre also released Tomb Raider 1 and 3 remaster only weeks ago, and that was a great remaster. They must have rushed them or something. If it was a good remaster, in your opinion, then yeah, I think maybe EA like pushed them out too hard. They didn't have enough time and they just said fuck it. If that's what happened. Different teams? Yeah, it also could have been different teams. Could have been rushed out. Oh my god, would you shut up? Mister, come here. Oh my god, you little drama queen. You shut up. Oh, you shut up. You shut up. You're such a baby. I love you. Please. You stop it. Calm down. He keeps barking. Would you stop it? Calm down. Doggo angered by this buggy game? Probably. He's annoyed. He's like, games are bad, unacceptable. Okay. Good. Good. It's okay. Oh my god, he's so upset. He's scratching his butt.
And
What happened?
What
Where's the
happened?
fucking game? Well, there's no game
It's
here.
gone.
What happened? Did the programmers pass out?
game crashes
Keep in
way more
mind
often than it
programmers
should.
are
You try to
exempt
search
from
for specific.
overtime. If you work 60 hours a week on a game, you don't get more money even if they force you.
Yeah, I watched a video explaining how bad it is to work for a video game company. Even not as a programmer. They don't pay you for overtime because they expect you to like do excess work because it's like a deadline requirement. And it was like an actual cultural like fact in working with video games. Which sucks. Like it's not just programmers. Yeah, you get no overtime. It's so shitty. Yeah. There's like a video that some guy interviewed of part of a company that he used to be part of that like, you know, released a game and they didn't give them any overtime. They were sleeping at work. It's so tiring. I felt really bad for them after I watched the video.
Specific game types, it crashes. Now, most of the environment.
That's awful. You think it's on par with mappa animators? Yeah, I think that mappa animators and other animators in the industry get abused. Yeah, for working overtime.
Better. More detailed and crisp. This is pretty much the only praise you can give the collection.
Yeah.
It looks how you think it did back in the day. But
Yeah,
even
it does.
this runs hollow because you can just buy the original Battlefront 2 on Steam and just install a bunch of free mods to make it look better than this shitload of fuck. Oh, but it gets better. It gets better. You see, ASSpyre also made the bold creative decision to remove half of the cutscenes from Battlefront 2's campaign. Half of the game's story is just gone. So people playing this saying, yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with the single player. You're not even getting the full single.
I work 12-hour night shifts, but at least I'm well compensated. Devs don't make shit.
That's what I'm saying, man. But even then, money doesn't help. If you're getting overworked and you are tired, no amount of money can help sometimes. You don't even want to take the extra money. Not enough space for the current cutscenes. Yeah. Yeah. Would have made it 200 terabytes at that point.
Single player. There's supposed to be a cutscene before and after every mission, but none of the post-mission cutscenes play. You're paying $35 for half of the narrative. This is embarrassing.
What kind of a man are you? You're worthless and weak. You do nothing. You are nothing.
Remember that amazing line after the Felucia mission?
When the 501st was finally rotated out of Felucia, Ayla Secura made a point of seeing us off personally,
Whoa, a Twi'lek.
calling us the bravest soldiers she had ever seen. It's a good thing we were wearing helmets, because none of us could bear to look her in the eye.
Gone. Nope. No context. No transition from mission to mission. This is shovelware. This is a shameless cash grab.
Shovelware.
And
That's what I'm saying.
You only announced this like 3 weeks ago. Why release it like this? What was the rush? You know what it is? It's the end of the first quarter of 2024.
I was literally about to say that. They're like, they needed money fast.
That's why release it. At least ASSpyre bothered to include an epilepsy warning because every time you die, you are treated to this visual spectacle. For some reason, they also swapped out iconic sound effects, like when you complete an objective. Or when you load into a match in Battlefront 1.
Oh.
The game audio and sound design is disorienting. Got me feeling like Mr. Krabs at the Pretty Patty stand. Sometimes you hear blaster fire behind you, then you look over there and there's nothing there. Other times it gets real quiet or the music just cuts out. Or you might hear these earth-shattering explosive sounds.
God, ow, my ears! What the hell? That was so loud!
What the fuck just happened?
Sensitivity on controller and playing with mouse and keyboard is painfully slow. Increasing it seems to have little or no effect. So just like VSync, you just have to deal with it. There's also no option for inverted controls. This again was a quality of life feature from the 2005 OG Xbox version. Now, how about some improvements?
Yeah, we don't care about that though.
You know, stuff that would have really gotten people like me excited. We still have never had, to my knowledge, an official online version of Galactic Conquest. Well, thank goodness we avoided taking advantage of that golden opportunity. Who would have wanted to coordinate massive 64-player lobbies and invite people from their Discord server? You know, maybe YouTubers could fight each other and gather teams of their own.
No. That's all too much new content. We can't even shit out the thing that we're remastering. That takes way too much effort.
And fucking fight in a
5
5-hour-long galactic battle. Who would want to do that? Who would want to do that? No, I would have hosted lobbies like that. I would have streamed it. That would have been awesome. Would have also been nice to have had like Steam Workshop support, or maybe worked with some modders to like add more content to the game, new stuff, new maps, heroes. Split screen only allows 2 people instead of 4. I know split screen ain't as big of a deal these days, but it's like, come on, dude. Like, can you get one thing right? Just one. You're supposed to enhance the game, or at the very least make it playable, complete with what it was in 2005. What's the point if you can't even bring features from the original? It's like the game is almost 20 years old, man. It's not a high standard. Why is there no crossplay? That's a good question.
Why is there no crossplay? I still don't understand that. Crossplay makes the game feel more alive. Even when it dies down after the hype, it keeps the player base relatively stable. So sad.
What's wrong with you?
What kind of nonsense is this?
You'd think this would be a great opportunity to let everyone replay these classics and tear down the borders between platform, so we can all relive the nostalgia with our friends. It's too much work, Actman. They had 3 weeks to make this. They had less time than Redfall. These games mean a lot to me, and buddies I had back in 2005 wanted to play this again, and we're not. We're not playing this again. It's sad. A 20-year-old game is already going to have a small enough player base. So instead of one connected large group that can keep the game alive longer, it's segmented, which is going to drastically reduce the lifespan of this game, if it even has one. I really am upset about this because I wanted to stream it and host Galactic Conquest lobbies and just like have a good time again. My nostalgia for these games was just blatantly exploited for a quick buck.
I feel so bad for him. Again, I did feel the same way about Warcraft 3, but more specifically with Diablo. I mean, I feel for him. I do. I never played it myself. I only watched my brother play, but it was a lot of fun to watch him play it. Very sad.
ASSpyre, fuck this company. The game is dead on arrival. Like, you have to intentionally mess something up this bad. So yeah, I really am quite pissed about this. Battlefront deserves so much better. It really does. It could make so much money. But time and time again, this series gets taken out back and shot with a 12 gauge of disappointment. It should be the easiest W and a fat payout for very little work. I honestly didn't expect huge sweeping updates or changes to the game, or updates to the jankiness, or even more polish. It would have been nice to have those things, but I never imagined it would be objectively worse. The Battlefront collection, at least on PC, should not be purchased under any circumstances.
Yeah.
There is literally zero reason to play this. You can get the original for like $5 and just...
At least you can still get the original. In Warcraft, you're kind of screwed. Warcraft 3, Reforged, reshitted.
Mod that. The community is still alive. If you really want to find other people online to play with, you can. There is no reason to even pirate this. All ASSpyre managed to do was break 2 complete games and sell them to you for more. Eat shit. Well, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. This one cut deep, and I really hope Battlefront gets some love soon. They could be making so much money off of a Battlefront 3 or fucking anything that's even competent, you know? Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. All right, everyone, that's all I got for today. This is the Actman signing out.
Bye, Actman. Peace. Oh, man. That's such a bummer, man. I feel for you guys, the ones that have had a lot of nostalgia for that. That's so pathetic. Well, they just shitted it up. Yeah, slow clapters. slow clanchers. It's Mad Joe. Where is he? Oh yeah, epic fail! Disaster!